I'm going to do a little short glute wakening up routine. So often what I find with the majority of people is we get lazy glutes, especially if we sat down a lot, we're driving a lot, we're at the desk a lot, the glutes switch off, and that can cause all sorts of problems with low back and actually this is a request because I was teaching two lovely ladies last week and Jen, we should have that as a video. So I've got one green loop. You could use a TheraBand and tie it around the legs. So that's all you really need. And I tell you, these are handy, full stop. You might learn to like them even. All right, so have a loop to hand. First of all, let's just take a lay down and just take a moment on the mat. So come into your relaxation position where the feet are hip width apart, so are the knees, the arms are long down by your sides, the length of the spine is long through the crown of the head, all four corners of the neck long. Take a deep breath in. Let the belly rise, let the ribs fill. Exhale completely. And again, deep breath in. And a deep breath out. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Long, slow, deep breath. And as you exhale, allow the backs to be supported into the mat. Feel the mat come up to your back. 1 more round. Inhaling, full belly rises, ribs fill up to the collarbones, eyebrows. And exhaling all the air out. And do empty that last little bit of breath out. Good. Just begin here with a little bit of a rocking. So I'm going to tilt my pelvis toward the back of my knees, and then I'm going to take the pelvis down and tip it. So in the pelvis bowl, you've got a marble. You're rolling the marble up to your belly button, and then you're rolling the marble down toward your heels. So just a very gentle pelvic lift to be aware of the movement through the pelvis. Give me 1 more, maybe add a breath, inhaling and exhaling. And then you're going to arrive somewhere in the middle. Okay, so just take a really easy spine curl. So press into the feet, curl the tailbone to the back of the knees, press and lift up into a nice big high bridge. Lengthen the neck, breathe in. And as you breathe out, take the bones back down. Nice and slowly, gently lengthening down on the mat. 1 more time, breathing in. Exhaling, curl the tailbone, press into the feet, roll the collarbones open, press into all 10 toes, lift the hips, breathe in at the top. And as you breathe out, send your knees forwards, long arms, long neck, long spine. All the way down into the mat. Lovely. And then bring the feet and knees together. So you're going to take a deep breath in, exhaling. You're going to lift your head, your neck, your chest. You're just going to hold on to the back of your thighs. You're going to take your shoulder blades out of the mat firmly. You're going to reach through your arms and you're going to pump the arms in. And breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In with the air. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In with the air. I know I said glutes, but we have to do the hundreds. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In with the air. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In with the air. Reach long through your arms and knit your knees together. Make sure your tailbone is lengthening down toward your heels. And of course, if you wanted a little bit more of a position, you could fold your knees into tabletop and carry on from there. Keep reaching through the arms. Keep that head nicely lifted. into the chest. And then for the final bit, maybe we can extend the legs out to the high diagonal. Keep the reach, keep the breath flowing. Squeeze and knit the heels. And then finally, for the last 2 counts, hovering those legs, toes in your eye line. Reach and pump. Draw those abdominals in and up. All the air out. Lower the legs, lower the arms. And take the head down. Let's just do a roll up. Breathe in, lift the head. Breathe out, stretch forward. Inhale, roll back. Exhale. And one more. Inhaling. Exhaling. Stretch. Inhaling. Exhaling. All the way back down. All right, let's grab hold of the loop, okay? You're going to take your feet inside and bring the loop just above the knees to start, okay? If you've got a TheraBand, just tie it round. Bring your feet back to hip width apart. Press the arms long down by your sides. And just start from here. So find that neutral position for your pelvis. I'm going to hold on to the pelvis here, make sure it stays stable. And then I'm going to open the right knee out to the side, inhaling. And then exhaling, I'm going to bring it in very smoothly as I return, as smoothly as I can. Left side, inhale, open out to the side. And then exhaling, relax your shoulders, draw it in really smoothly. So of course, I'm not particularly interested in the moving side. What I am particularly interested in is the non-moving side, the non-moving leg. And then exhaling, drawing the abdominals gently in and up to help stabilize the pelvis. And then press into the right leg as you open the left knee out, inhaling. And then exhaling, you draw it smoothly back in. And I'm going to keep going with this, and I do find this is a very basic exercise, but sometimes tension creeps up into your shoulders and neck. Try and keep it away from that. Keep all your intention and focus down into creating some stability through the pelvis. And we'll just do 4 more. Inhaling to open. Exhaling, returning back. And yes, the foot will peel onto its outer border. And then as you turn the knee back in, plant the foot down, find the big toe knuckle. 1 more to each side. And notice I'm going quite slow here. There's no rush. Especially when we're doing some controlled exercises. Really be in it. Really feel it, really feel it, really feel it. And we'll finish there. Then bring your arms down by your sides and we're going to lift up into bridge. If you want to place your hands on your hips here, because we've now got no feedback, you can. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Inhale to open. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale to open. Exhale, bring it back in. And I'm thinking about the knees reaching forwards, the waist staying long, the spine and the pelvis is super still. And keep the hips lifted. You'll find that the hips will drift downwards, but try and keep them lifted. We're going to do 4 more of these. Exhale in. 3. Exhale in. 2. Exhale in. And last one. Exhale in. And then you're going to take your spine all the way back down to the floor. Bring the feet and knees together, shift the hips and just roll over onto a side. And this is an exercise that is very valuable in terms of finding the glutes, okay? So I'm laying on my side, I'm going to bring my one arm long. You can prop up on the elbow if that's more comfortable. And I'm going to bring the knees forwards and the heels back in line with my sit bones. Now you can lift the feet up. I quite like lifting the feet just 2 inches off the floor. And then inhaling, you're going to lift the top knee up. Exhaling, you're going to lower it down. But notice I'm going to keep tension on the band the whole time. I'm not going to allow it to just be too loose and completely have a rest between each repetition. That's number 3. So I plan to do, I didn't really have a plan. This is number 4. If you do them slowly and properly, we'll do 10 to 15. And the principle applies just as it was in the mat, just so we were laying down. So I don't want to be rolling my pelvis back. Yeah, so if you just place your top hand behind your back and just make sure that your pelvis is, you imagine it's against that wall and it's really not moving from the wall. Let's do 8 more. 7. 6. Bottom leg stays down. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Can you hold it up there? Tiny pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5. I know you hate me. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now the other one I really like, if you can bear it, is to do this. And I call it the Charleston, I don't know why. It's in my box of tricks. It came in, I don't know who it's from. I don't know where it came from. I'm trying to think, but it's not there. It's just in my box. So I'm going to lift the top leg up completely. I'm going to turn the knee in. I'm going to turn out. And then I'm going to come back down again. So actually, I did that slightly wrong. Go into your oyster, keep the feet together. Then bring the knee internal. And then find your oyster. And then back down. We open. Turn in this knee. Turn out. And back down. Open. Turn in. Turn out. And back down. Let's go for 3 more. In, open, and down. 2. And down. 1 more, open. Hopefully you're feeling that right now. I am. And down. And then the other one is just to lift up and down. Quite easy. And then you can come forward and back. So I quite like adding those in as well. Forward and back and up and down. But as I say, you can do any of these in any combination you like. And finally, to make it a little bit more challenging, you can have the top leg extended. You can do your lift and lowers from here. You can do your front and back, just with an added bit of tension on that band. Okay, so there's your lift. You can add the circles in. You could do your whole side lying range from there with your band. All right, but that might feel enough on that side. So we're going to flip ourselves around. And this might not be your best side, because sometimes we just go to the favoured side, so that you might find that this isn't so great, but let's see. So feet up fraction 2 inches, heels in line with my sit bones, pelvis is stacked, hips are stacked, waist is long, lift the top knee up and lower it down. Try to keep tension on the band throughout, and then you'll feel what you feel on this side. And it's a funny thing, glutes, they don't take much to activate, but it's better that you do little and often rather than do a whole session. It's a bit of a daily battle. So a little bit of activation, and you know, the loops are very good for this. There is a few standing things I do. Maybe that could be another video. If you need to take the hand behind the back, just make sure that the top hip isn't rolling back. 8 more. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Now I'm wishing I didn't do those little ones at the top. 2. And hold at the top. We got 8 to do. Little pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a rest. That's not my good side. And then we did my Charleston. It's not mine, but I don't know where it came from. So come back to that position, lift the top knee up, turn it in, turn it out, lower it back down. Open, turn in, turn out, and back down. Should we do 3 more? Two more. Last one. And relax. And we'll just go over the other ones that you can certainly do. So it would be lifting the whole top leg up and down, like a dog peeing. And then you can come forward and back. I particularly like those actually. They're quite like those. And then of course you've got your leg extension, so your whole side lying, everything comes, remember, from here, up and down, your lift and lowers, your front and back. Quite lovely. And then obviously you can do your circles there as well. What do you need? 10 minutes, 5 minutes each side really to keep that activation going. Now you will feel that, so I would suggest that after you have done that, take your loop off, and then I would just go into the figure of 4 stretch. Hug the knee in. Just make sure that knee stays nice and open and have a little stretch. Keep the bottom down. And then change sides. Should feel quite nice after doing that. And then just release the feet back down to the floor. And let's just finish here just with a little bit of a spine curl. So take a deep breath in, feet hip width apart, curl the tailbone, lift up into bridge. Remember the bridge exercises. The bridge is the perfect glute activator, okay? Remember those. And also when we do, in our classical work, we will do the one leg bridge, okay? So that comes in, so remember those because they're so pivotal in the routine. Let's take our arms up and overhead, level with the ears, take a deep breath in, and then as you come down, send your knees forwards, reach your arms backwards, lengthen the spine all the way down into the mat, and release your arms down by your sides. And that's it, folks. That's just a very quick little loopy lesson to keep the glutes active. Enjoy.